Hello viewers, you are watching Kamp television. I have the privilege to sit again with Markant, and today our discussion is something very important and very necessary, and also alarming and panicking in the community. And I think we need Markant to come and address this issue and give us some tips how to handle this forgetting things. If you meet 10 people in our community, 8 of them complaining about forgetting everything, and it's scary. Today we are going to talk about dementia. If this forgetting has something to do with dementia, why are we so scared? We need more information on this. Stay tuned. My name is Veronica from the Kamp, as usual. Now I'm going to invite my guests to the studio. Hello, Rosa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also doing good. I'm so happy we are going to really talk about this issue. But before then, I'll let you tell a bit about yourself. My viewers will know who you are and what you do.
Yes. So my name is Rosa Kreiter and I work for Markant. And Markant is the center for caregivers, mantelzorgers. And we help caregivers in Amsterdam in different ways. You are a caregiver when you take care of a loved one that is sick. So maybe you have a partner that is sick, or a child, or a dear friend of yours. It's somebody you love and they become sick, they become ill, and you take care of them. That can mean a lot of different things. Maybe you help them in their house. Maybe you're helping them with groceries, or help them with getting out of bed. A lot of different things you can do for them. Well, what we do in Amsterdam to help the caregivers are 3 different things. We help them with connecting them to a volunteer. So we connect the volunteer with the person they take care of, so the caregiver in that time has some time for themselves. Yeah. So let's say I take care of my mother, then Markant can maybe find a volunteer to connect to my mother. So in that time I know my mother is in safe hands of a caregiver and I can do something for myself. I can go to work or school or can do groceries by myself. So that's one way, the volunteer. The other way is we provide workshops or courses for the caregivers. So they learn how to balance the caretaking tasks with their own life, for example, or we give them more information about different illnesses. So that's number 2, the courses and the workshops for the caregivers. And number 3 is my job to spread awareness about caregiving, but also about other teams that are connected to caregivers. So, for example, dementia. Yeah. So those are the 3 things we do for caregivers.
Okay. So if you are a mantelzorg and you need help, you don't know where to go, you can always call Markant.
Yeah. You can always call Markant. We can always help you to the right organization or the right person that can help you further, or maybe we can help with some of the services we provide. But we know a lot of people in Amsterdam, so we can definitely help you further to the right place to be.
Okay, well, that's the biggest problem with the mantelzorgers. We don't know where to go most of the time.
Yes.
By coming to Markant, you see the help you can do, and if it's not what you do, you always connect them to the right organization that can help them.
Yes, and it's very important because we see that a lot of caregivers, they're so full with worries and tasks they need to do, not only for their loved ones, but also their own lives and other relatives and children. So it's very difficult to seek help and know what to do when your brain is already so full with all the worrying. So that's why I think it's very important to do it as soon as possible. So not when it's already too late, but when you're thinking, okay, I'm taking care of somebody, maybe in the future it's going to be too much for me. It's already smart to think about, hey, how am I going to organize all this? So really do it early on.
And you need to take care of yourself first, so that you'll be there for the one.
That's very important. It's very important for everyone,
Yeah.
but even more important for caregivers, because if you don't feel good yourself, and if you're not relaxed yourself, how can you take care of somebody else? So that's one of the things we really try to learn the caregivers through the workshops and the courses, to how am I taking care of myself? What do I find important in my life? Can I still go to work? Can I still go to school? That's really a topic that we discuss a lot. Really important.
And bringing this down, because we've been hearing of dementia, and the way, especially also for Montessori's, the way our heads are so full. You are taking care of yourself, taking care of here already, things are changing. You have to organize things for the one who is sick. And at the end of the day, you keep forgetting also a lot.
Yeah.
What is dementia?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because it's really good to know what dementia is, because otherwise you're gonna have it mixed up with just forgetting things. And those are two very different things. So, dementia is the loss of thinking, remembering and reasoning, but to such an extent that it impacts your day-to-day life. So it's really affecting your daily habits and things you do. And besides from that, it's also, we see that people with dementia, their emotions change, their personality changed a little bit. So it's not only forgetting things, but it's also, you become a different person, because your brain starts working a different way. And well, that's also the difference between maybe just forgetting things. Is I also forget some things. You maybe as well sometimes forget things. But we're still able to do our day-to-day tasks. And we are still able to do our finances and make a sandwich in the morning for ourselves. When you have dementia, you can't do those tasks anymore, because you don't remember the order of making a sandwich. So it's way more severe than just forgetting sometimes. So that's the main difference.
Because our worry
Yeah.
is like hearing you, the emotions. I tell you, if you are there, you forget so much. You even go to your ice cast, you even forget why you open the fridge. You go to a room to pick something, you are there, you forget even why you were in that room.
Yeah.
You even take the telephone to call somebody, and that very moment you even forget why you even called. Oh yeah, I was calling, but I don't even, to the extent that the community is worrying about forgetting things. Is so scary. So now, how can we differentiate between dementia and just forgetting things?
Yeah. Well, I see it a lot as well, that people are worrying, because when I come somewhere to a group of people and tell them about dementia, I always see people in the crowd thinking,
is
this about me?
Yeah,
I sometimes forget things. But the forgetting part is a part of dementia. There are more aspects to it. When you are forgetful, sometimes maybe you forget somebody's name. But when you have dementia, you forget the person completely. So somebody walks in a room, maybe it's a loved one or a relative, and you don't know who that person is. That's something different than sometimes forgetting somebody's name. So it's bigger than that. And I do understand the worry. And if somebody is really worried and they're like, oh, but I also forget people, I can't do those day-to-day tasks anymore. When I go to the supermarket, I get lost, things like that. You can always go to your PG or family doctor, and they can do tests to see if you have dementia or not. So it can be tested, because it is an illness in the brain, and they can test it in the hospital to see if you have dementia. But you only need to do it if you see that you really can't do those day-to-day tasks anymore. You can't go on a holiday, you can't, your personality changes, your emotion changes. So yeah, that's the level it needs to get before you can really talk about dementia. Yeah.
It's good to hear that they can there's a test to know whether you have dementia or not, because I think maybe there are little signs that maybe we are seeing already, the way we are forgetting things before it gets to the dementia. Do you think a severe forgetting of things can lead to dementia, or dementia is just something different by itself?
Yeah, it's something different by itself, because it develops in the brain. So it's not that you're getting more and more forgetful, and because of that you get dementia. You have dementia, and a part of that is being forgetful. It is a sickness that develops when you get older. So it's really a sickness of the elderly. I'm talking about 70 plus, 80 plus, really the older people. And we see that the group of elderly in Amsterdam and in the Netherlands is also getting bigger. So also more people get dementia. So the group is getting bigger and bigger. So that's a reason why it's so good that we're having this conversation, because we need to know about the illness, and we need to know what are the signs and what is dementia and what isn't. Because that group is getting bigger, and we are getting more caregivers around those people with dementia as well. So they need to know that there is help for them too. Yeah.
Because when we're back home from our roots, we never heard this word dementia. No, but what we realize is that our elderly forgets a lot, and for us, we just think you get old and then you are forgetting things. So maybe some would have been having this and we didn't know. Because even sometimes your own parents, you enter the room, they see you, but they are calling the name of your sister or somebody else. They can't recognize you. But because we've just accepted that you get old and you forget things, so we don't take this, so though we take it serious that we are forgetting things because we are old, and it's getting worse, but it never comes into our mind that it can be a sickness, that you should go to your house act, get tested, and make sure that this is just forgetting and there's nothing to do with dementia. Can dementia be cured?
That's a really good question. It cannot.
No.
Once you have dementia, you have it. But what we can do, and research shows this more and more, is that we can maybe prevent it a little bit or slow down the process of getting it by living a healthy lifestyle. So moving your body, exercising, not smoking, get a lot of sleep, do things in life that makes you happy. If you live a healthy lifestyle, research now says that maybe up to 30% of the cases of dementia can be like slowed down or prevented. So we need to live a healthy and happy lifestyle. But it's not that it's curable that there are medicine to stop the dementia. There are medicine for some of the symptoms that come with dementia, but not for the illness itself. It is an illness that develops over time and gets, well, worse and worse. In the beginning, it is forgetting, not being able to do your day-to-day tasks, can't control your emotions, your personality changes a little bit by little bit, and in the end, you're completely dependent of your surroundings and can't do your can't really live that much anymore. You're bounded to bed, and it just goes down and down. Yeah,
It's a very serious thing.
Yeah, it's not it's a very serious illness, and it's also very impactful for the caregivers, because if I'm now thinking about my mother having dementia and not being able to recognize me anymore, and being confused all the time, and getting lost, and maybe becoming a different person, like her personality, that's going to affect me a lot, and other people around her. So it's also good to talk about it with each other. Yeah, because it can be very impactful to your life. To go through that. Yeah, and I also, sorry, you said something about that in different cultures there's not a lot of awareness about a dementia. Yeah, we see that a lot, because in a lot of cultures there's not even a word for dementia. There's no knowledge about the illness. It's just a part of a life getting older. You have a grandparent who's a little bit lost his way a little bit, and that's just how it is. But in the Netherlands we have a system that can help them, and the caregivers as well. So that's why it's important to also give the information to the community and let them know, like, this is an illness and there is help. Yeah.
What help does Markant give to caregivers, people who are taking care of medicine with dementia?
Yeah, there are two specific things. Like I said, we have the volunteers that can be connected to the person with dementia. So they have some time with each other, and the caregiver can do something for themselves. And that is very important for caregivers from people with dementia, because when you have a partner with dementia, you are busy with that the whole day and night. It's 24/7 taking care of somebody. So it can be such a relief to do something for yourself in that time. So the volunteer is a big one. That's what we can do. And we also have workshops and courses specifically for caregivers with dementia. One of the things we have, and it's very special, but I need to say it's in the Dutch language. So you can only do that when you can speak Dutch and can understand Dutch. But we have virtual reality glasses. Those are glasses you can put on your head, and then you enter this virtual world where you become the person with dementia.
So you can understand
and then you can understand the thought process of somebody with dementia. And we think, Markant thinks, if you can understand the other, you can also help them better. But it is a Dutch-speaking program. So you need to be able to understand it, to really feel it.
I think it's jammer, because it's not only people who can speak Dutch who need this training and courses, you know. So is there any plan in the future to do this also in English, that they can also benefit from it?
Well, I know they're developing all the time, and they're also making different different versions of the virtual reality experience. So I hope in the future, once it gets bigger and bigger, we can also maybe provide different languages. But that's something for in the future. But I'm definitely gonna try my best to persuade them to make for like English speaking or other native languages.
Please do.
Yeah.
It's
really important.
Yeah, it's very, very important because just imagine the person who is dementia doesn't, and he or she is forcing to get some help that you think you are not able to offer. You know, I think caregivers with dementia is the biggest stressful and heavy kind of work to do.
Yeah, very heavy. We see that on average, the caregivers of somebody with dementia take care of their loved one 39 hours a week on average. If it's somebody's partner, it's 64 hours a week. So imagine how much stress and worry that is. We need to reach out to them, not only us as Markant, but within the community as well. Talk to each other. How are you doing? How are you holding up? Is there something I can do for you? We need to take care of each other a little bit and look out for each other. Yeah.
Wow. If people have this problem, where can they reach you for help?
Yeah, they can always go to the website. It's www.markant.org, or they can call us. And the information is on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an email address, there's a number, and we can help with maybe see if we can help you with a volunteer. Maybe you can follow one of the courses, or we can help you to another point of information or an organization close to home that can help you.
Can young people also get dementia? It's only a sickness for the old.
Yeah. It's almost always a sickness for the old, but we see that people do get a little bit younger that get it. But then I'm still talking about 65 or 70. That's what we call young people with dementia. It's still pretty late in life. So, younger than that, it's not common. You don't see that. Usually around 80, 90 years old, and maybe a little bit younger, but that's it. Yeah, you don't need to worry if you're younger than that. Yeah. And if you still worried, go to your family doctor or your huisarts and talk, and maybe ask if there is a test you can take, and maybe they can help you. And he knows what to do as well.
Great.
Yeah.
What message or advice do you have for my viewers about dementia?
Yeah. Well, I would say look out for each other. If you know somebody is sick, also look at the caregivers around that person and maybe check in with them. Is there something I can do to help you? Can we work together to take care of your loved one? So the caregiver is also a little bit like lowered in stress. And if you're a caregiver yourself, know that there is help. And you can always reach out to your huisarts, to your local buurtteam, or you can reach out to Markant. Yeah.
Great.
And take care of yourself. It's very important.
Take care of yourself first. Then you can be there for the one who is sick.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Rosa, thank you so much.
Thank you
for this. I think I would like to explain in summary in our local language to my viewers. Enuanoma mo hwe Kamp TV summary. Enkomo a me ne Markant ediye efa saa dementia yi. mo amunim say na wonam na wo hie obi ye arefree ye meka se mefrem ye arefree ye kwa say arefree say about 90% obia ekasa efa me refi na ye say eye ohaw na niam bi wo ha refi a e de atete ekura tumi eba wo so When komo amene Markant edi. Say bibi a ye friend dementia yi a obi tumi refi ne ho a che say even kra na aduane kra anko nim ye kroko kitchen ho kra na onhu mpo se de ye no ne ade na nipa na ye stress emotional problems na me bi sa ne say the way ye yenso ye refi ade dementia yenso ama yate ase say are fie intina ye be den hu say says we yi eye omire na fie ade keke because ma adwuma ye bebre ana say eye sa yare a ye friend dementia yi no si o fie ade bebre sa na asa ye nketenkete a yare ne boboba utumi call house doctor ho because to me test wa adwene ni ehu say na fie ade keke ana say sa yare a ye friend dementia yi ono na wanya ana wunya na yenhwe enka ho asem dementia ne so se wunya wie a hwe ni ho a ye betumi de asasa yare no enya yare a yetumi sa na mmo wo betumi a prevent se wunya na prevention no abe prevent no ono a ne se wo be hwe ho so yie wo be make sure se wo be ye niema emma wani je wo be hwe wadidie mu yie na sa wo ye sa niema nyina sa yare ye frɛ no dementia the 30% chance say wunya bi nti adrofo bibia wo feel say wo ye emma wani je no ete say wo ye bibia emma wo ye atumi hu say mekomam we na mepe now so every pee no because ye we ya bia nipa beka sei na de ba wani je kura na aka wahye enuanom yenri a ififi niema bebre na ya feel say ye normal no enye normal sa intimesrem uri fifi ade sa ni too much a kwana wo house doctor and test o test na enye sa dementia ya na ye de nyame ase na ohu sa refree ni ade na chese ono ya hwe kwan a ye de be ye yare ye ti se a ye ntumi nsade o se de be ma wa ye be ma ne se edura o de be hwe se ne marketing kiti bia se de eba ma wa ye ha na untumi hu de wonye no ye be ma wa edura se obeka mu down ni ade ba yare na nkasa de ye ntumi ensa nti so wo bibi sana arefie no ekoso too much a Markant wo website ina the atu TV ne so no frɛ won na ka kire omo say BBC omo say moa bebre wo ho na oni obi nso te na se wanya sa dementia ya wa hwo how bebre say wo kunu ana wo yere na edu time bi wo ba na aduane cross mi ndidi ohun kura na ohun nipa ko awoye nyina ya tete una wo hwe nipa oyare osi omo wo help Markant wo help for obi a wo hwe obi a wanya saa yare awi on betumi aba ofie anso abema won so wanya time akwa abonten na wanya break kakra because wo hwe obi oyare a it say wo hwe wankasa wo hu years take care of yourself ye na wanya ahoden na wo de ahwe de oyare no ti weni nkomo amene Markant ya twetwe ti enuanom ene mo amunua ba mo maame Veronica from the Kamp mote menka na ye nkomo ene yare a ye friend dementia yi ono na mene Markant Rosa ye ka ho asem makramo obesia te menka bio